All right, today's lesson is on properties. We are going to look at the commutative, associative, and distributive property. Most importantly, we're going to focus on the distributive property, but I want you to be aware of the associative and the commutative. So you should have your notes in front of you, so let's just go ahead and get started. So the commutative property for both multiplication and division and addition simply means that the order in which I add or multiply numbers doesn't affect the answer. So what I mean by that, here's an example, and you can write this. So 5 times 3 would give me 15. But if I switch the order here and write 3 times 5, that would still give me 15. Okay, and that still works. That works for addition as well. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. And if I change the order, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5 as well. Okay, I know that you've known that. You just didn't know that that had a word to it. So that's called the commutative property. Okay, it does not work with subtraction and division. I cannot change the order in a subtraction problem and come up with the same answer. It will not work. Okay, that will not work. That does not work. Okay, so it only works with addition and multiplication. All right, the associative property is again looking at the order, but it's also grouping. So we'll have parentheses in it. So let's just say I'm going to add 2 plus 3 plus 4. Let's say first I'm going to put parentheses around the 3 and 4. So if I were going to use order of operation, that would be 2 plus 7, which would give me 9. But over here, if I still have the same order, but I put parentheses around the 2 and the 3. So order of operation, I would do this first. I would still get 9. Okay, so if I am adding or multiplying and I change the order in which I have my grouping symbols, so I change the order in which I add or multiply, again, it will not affect the answer. So the difference between the commutative and the associative is the associative will have parentheses. Okay? All right, so let's move to distributive, which is going to be the main one that we're going to work on in this unit. So the distributive property, if you think about the word to distribute means that I'm going to, like, if I pass out papers, if I distribute papers, that means I'm going to distribute to every person. So that's what this means here. I'm going to start over here with this example. So if you kind of think what this means 5 times x plus 3. So that means I have 5 groups of this. So it actually looks like this. So I have 5 groups of these. Okay, just like if I said 5 times 6, that means I have 5 groups of 6. Okay, so this is what this means. I have 5 groups of x plus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so if I were going to combine like terms here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's plus 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's what I have there. But that was a lot of work. If I had really big numbers, that would take me a long time. So I'm going to use what's called the distributive property. So I'm going to distribute, or I'm going to multiply this 5 times everything inside of the parentheses. So watch what I mean here. I'm going to do this, and this means I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to multiply 5 times x. So that's 5 times x, because I don't know what x is, so I just have to write it. Keep my sign, plus. Then I'm going to distribute 5 times 3. That gives me 15. Wow, look, I got the same answer. Okay, that was just a much easier way than have to write down all of those things here. Okay, it was much easier. All right, the one thing I want you to do is when you first start out, you might want to just draw these little arrows here because that's going to help you remind. A lot of times people will forget to distribute or to multiply by that second number there. Okay, all right, so let's just go and let's just do some examples. So make sure you write this in on your notes. Let's go to some examples here. All right, these are on your notes. So let's distribute. I'm going to multiply 5 times everything on the inside. So I'm going to draw my little arrows. So 5 times x would be 5x because I don't know what x is. Okay, keep my sign. And then 5 times 4 is 20. That's it. I can't do anything else because those are not like terms. So I cannot combine anything else. Okay. All right, let's try this one. All right, it's 3 numbers, but it's still the same. It's not bad. We're still going to distribute. So 6 times x, 6x. I'm going to keep my sign, so minus 6 times y, 6y. Keep my sign, and 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, I always want to look. Is there anything I can combine there? Any like terms? Nope. So I am finished there. Okay, that's as much as I can do. All right, let's move this up a little bit. All right. All right, so next one, I've got two separate problems here, but I'm still just going to keep distributing. So I'm going to distribute here times here. Now, if you notice, I've got a variable here. Well, that's okay. I'm going to multiply my coefficients first. So 9 times 3 would be 27. And then I just keep my variable. Okay? Because if I had 3x and I had 9 groups of them, that would be 27 x's. Okay? Keep my sign. And then 9 times 2 is 18. Okay? Bring down my sign. 5 times x is 5x. Keep my sign. 5 times 8 is 40. Now, since I had so much here, if you look, I actually have some like terms I can combine here. If you look here, here's x's and here's x's. Okay, so if I have 27 x's over here and 5 over here, that's 27. That's 32 x's. Now, if you look, my constants, I have a minus 18 here, and then I have a 40 here. Okay. So at this point, you kind of want to think of them as positive and negative numbers. So I have 40 over here, but then I take away 18. If I take away 18, that means I have 22 left, and that is a plus because there were more like positives. You can think about it that way. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay. Oops, no, you have one more over here. I think you have this one. I don't have this on my paper. So 8x parentheses 2x plus 5. All right, this one's a little different because if you look, I've got 2 x's there. So that's all right. We know how to do that one. So if I'm going to multiply this times this, that means I'm going to multiply my coefficients first and then worry about my variables. So 8 times 2 is 16. I got ahead of myself. And then an x times an x is going to be x squared. Okay, keep my sign. Then 8x times 5, multiply my coefficients first. So 8 times 5 is 40, and then keep the variable. Okay, these are not like terms. Remember, like terms is the same variable raised to the same power. Okay, those are not like terms, so that's all I can do. Okay, all right. So you've got a couple I want you to work on by yourself. So why don't you try 1, 2, and 3, pause the video, and then come back with your answers. Make sure and pause the video. Are you doing this? Do not just copy my answers. All right, check those answers. Okay, did you realize here that you could combine those terms? Okay, if by chance anyone thought about this, these are like terms here. So this is 4 plus 1 is 5. If I just multiplied 3x times 5, I would have automatically gotten 15x if you did it that way. And that was fine. Okay. All right, let's do the next 3. Pause the video and come back when you have your answer. I think there's going to be some that you can combine here. Okay, once you get to your answer here, you're going to be able to do some combining. So pause the video and come back when you have your answer. Okay, are you making sure that you're doing the problems, not just copying my answers? All right, check those answers. All right, hopefully you realized here that you had to do some combining. Okay, over here, when you combine, when you combine, you're going to have, you had 72 here, and then you had to take away 18. So that was 54 left over there. Okay, your x's here you could have combined. All right, if at any point you don't understand this, okay, because not only is this the distributive property, but it's also combining like terms, you need to ask for help. That's the time when you can. We are here to help you. All right. All right. So here is your exit slip. You have, you have 5 questions. I think on your exit slip it says 6, so you can just cross off the number 6. You need to distribute, and if need be, you're going to combine like terms. And it kind of looks like these long ones here, you're going to be able to do some combining like terms at the end. Okay. All right. Have a great day. And if you have any questions, please let me know.